Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. I decided to get a video in before I get to go to my kickboxing class, but I wanted to talk about uh the poker joker. Okay. I saw this yesterday, child. I was busy all day yesterday, so I didn't have the opportunity to do a video on it. So I'm gonna try to catch up with you guys today. Okay. Hopefully I get home early tonight, early enough to do that. Okay. But I wanted to talk about there are some new allegations against P. Diddy. Now, we already know of all of the allegations that had been going on against P. Diddy, okay? And then things had kind of gotten quiet, with all that Cassidy stuff. And it is in my belief that the industry is mad at him about something. And of course, I do believe that is true, but they have been protecting him for all of these years where he felt like that he was untouchable. And so now he's pissed the wrong people off, okay? And so they are exposing all of his stuff. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what I believe. I believe because I always believe that P. Diddy is probably more so gay. Okay. I know folks like to say he's bisexual. Let me just say this. I've always had an issue um with that bisexuality stuff. Okay, as it relates to especially men. Okay, I feel like if a man sleeps with another man, his preference is more than likely men. I just consider him to be flat out gay. Hey, if that's his preference, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't believe in that. More often they're dealing with women because they probably have families and they was probably always gay. But they use women as beards and things of that nature. And, that's just to cover their face up, right? That's what a beard mean, to cover up, to help to disguise, who they really are. Okay, which is sad. But when they have money, unfortunately, some women don't have no issues with it. Sad on so many levels. But I've always believed this about him because there have been always been rumors about that, right? Which is why I think he's been so mean to women, because he's supposed to be a gangster or whatever, and for some reason he does not feel comfortable enough to live in his truth, which is why I think he's tried to enforce this on all masculine men, so he wouldn't be so he wouldn't feel a certain way. He's supposed to be masculine or whatever, a gangster, but he likes men, right? So he's tried to enforce this. They made him the gatekeeper, okay? And unfortunately, it's sad that a lot of men have annihilated their own masculinity for money, and he has enforced this upon them so that they could be in the industry and things of that nature. Hey, you sure reap what you sow. It's coming back on them, but I don't know why somebody ain't been, you know shanked him. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, hold on. It says that Sean Diddy Combs was sued Monday. This is a new lawsuit in federal court by a producer on his most recent album, who accuses the music mogul of SEXUALLY harassing DRUGGING and threatening him over more than a year. The producer, Little Rodney Jones, says in the lawsuit that he lived and traveled with Combs from 2022 to 2023, during which he recorded hours of video and audio of Combs, his staff, and others engaging in serious illegal activities. Among the allegations is that Combs forced Jones to procure sex workers and pressured him to engage in unwelcome sex acts with them and others, and that Combs gave laced alcoholic beverages to people who attended parties at his house. So you trying to tell me that he did this for over a year, and he let him. How old is he? How old did he say he was? It says the lawsuits includes what it says are screenshots from gatherings hosted at Combs' home that included underage girls and sex workers, some of whom he said were provided drinks that had been laced with drugs at Combs' direction. The suit filed in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York also names Combs' adult son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina, Universal Music Group CEO, Lucian Grange, and former Motown CEO Ethiopia, what's that, Habitarium or some, as defendants. Jones says in the lawsuits that Grange, Habitarian, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group effectively worked together with Combs in a RICO enterprise that failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Combs, his son, and his chief of staff. A RICO enterprise is any individual or groups that act together to violate the racketeer, influenced, and corrupt organization. Jones is seeking $30 million. It says that the representatives for Combs did not immediately respond to requests for comment. They could not be reached. Representatives for Justin Combs said in a statement that he categorically denies the absurd allegations. They are all lies. This is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday. The statement says there will be legal consequences for all defamatory statements made about the Combs family. An attorney for Combs said Jones' reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We are overwhelming, indisputable. There, he said, we have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, and Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. The attorney, Sean Holly, said in a statement, we will address the outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate actions against those who make them. Okay, so I guess they saying they're going to fight back this time because Cassie done hit him over the head. Okay, and they done paid off a plethora of people, and here's another one. And but they said that was Justin's representative, right? Now I'm not surprised, because there had been rumors before about Justin, and hey, I know that that's his child, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about his child, but I don't know if people remember. I read this vlog, and she had posted, and she's normally, because she's in the end with a lot of the celebrities, and this was like 3 years ago or something. There were allegations about Justin. There had been some domestic situations going on with Justin and his roommate that he was living with in college, that just so happens to be a man. And they, that's when Diddy was still in good with the the elite. So all of that was swept up under the rug, right? So, they was getting into it quite a bit, fighting like a man and a woman about disputes, but they were living together. Okay. So, like I said, that was just kind of swept up under the rug, but child, Diddy is the poker joker. I don't know who mad at Diddy, but child, they trying to get him to come on. I believe, and I'll say this again, I believe that somebody, of course, we know it's a higher up. I believe it allegedly that he was in a relationship with, and maybe they want him to come out the closet, because one thing I do know about the LGBTQ community, if you have a big platform like a Tyler Perry or something like that, because I've seen them say it on vlogs and things of that nature, you have a platform to represent them. They take offense to that. Okay, well, Diddy wants to hide in the closet. Okay, so I believe whoever this is, that has this power because they've given him all this power for years. Maybe they want him to come out the closet because more and more people are coming out and living their truth. And even though he ain't really in the closet, as it relates to a lot of these celebrities, because he's trying to annihilate masculinity. That's what they gave him, made him the gatekeeper for, to annihilate masculinity in the music industry, right? Because you rap is more of you hear these rappers rapping, it's more of a thug masculine thing, right? So they made him the gatekeeper of that, to put them in pink panties and dresses or whatever, to have all of these secrets, right? And in the background, but knowing all the time what they've done, they've annihilated them to be able to have this fame. So I think that whoever his alleged lover is want him to come out and represent the LGBTQ community more. And he is saying, I can't put that out there to the world. Although the world knows it, they want him to start living his truth. See, I think he almost started living in his truth when he changed his name to Brother Love. Okay, I think he was slick trying to come out to the world, even though we already know, because everybody has already said his preference is men. So when he changed his name to Love, that's and then you started seeing people say that they're not straight or gay. They are, I forget what they call it, where they'll date anybody based on intelligence, whether it's a man or a woman, right? It's love. It's just about love. Whoever I choose to love, that's who I'm gonna be with. It don't matter what the gender is, right? Now, they had been pushing that stuff, and I don't have no issues with what people choose to do. You know, I think a lot of what they're doing is twisted. Hey, I'm not mad at nobody for what they do. I would never disrespect anybody's preference. I get mad when people start trying to push an agenda, and I get mad when people try to control me because I say I prefer a man. Okay, I prefer a man. Well, you could love a woman. I do. I love you with the love of God. But if I'm going to have a relationship, if I'm going to have an intimate relationship with anybody, it's going to be a man. Okay. See, I get mad when people start trying to force things up on me and say, oh, well, you hate because you prefer a man. You say that you would never date a woman. Absolutely not. If I'm going to lay in bed with anything, it's going to be a hard leg with a hard wing. Okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Y'all know how I get down. It's going to be a damn hard leg man. Okay. With a hard wing standing up. Okay. And that's what Diddy want too. Okay. But that's why I say he the poker joker. The poker joker, okay? And for some reason, I believe it. But this man traveled with them for over a year, and he's probably telling it because something has happened. Maybe they fired him or something like that. Because if you are an adult, how can somebody force you to do something? Okay, you like the money and they force you to do it. Okay, now Stevie J's name has come up. Child, let me go ahead and run Stevie J. Okay, there he's saying that Diddy made him watch video of Stevie J and another man. Now, when Stevie J first went to when they first started doing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Funky Deneva had already put it out there about Stevie J. That's why I was so shocked to see Faith Evans marry Stevie J. But they say Faith Evans is real bad on that. And I love Faith's music. When they was putting out her cassette tapes, CDs, I was buying them. I still be listening to Faith. Okay, but they said that Faith, she gets busy and she on that stuff, that you put in your nose real bad. Okay, and allegedly. Okay, and so Funky Deneva had already exposed that about Stevie J and Benzino. Stevie J was one of Puffy's producers. He was one of the hitmen, and there had always been rumors about Stevie J and Puffy. And so when Stevie J, Puffy did not pay them the money that they were supposed to get, and Stevie J, they said, was a fool on with them a lot of them bad boy hits and stuff. Stevie J was one of those ones. He was musically awesome, right? He helped to build Bad Boys, and Puffy didn't pay them like the money that he kind of financially messed them over too. And so for a long time before Stevie got with Mimi, he was living in some type of a warehouse or something, or some type of little studio that Puffy had. He ain't had nothing because he got on the kids and stuff. So it was always rumors about how he got down, to survive. They say he was part of them parties. He was doing his thing. And Jocelyn, when she got mad at him, and I believe Jocelyn, she said it. She was like, she always wore a strap on. She said it on the show. She would do interviews when she got mad at him and say that he was like that because he liked for them to put on strap-ons and truck him and poke him. He was the poker joker too. Okay. And so he really, him and Faith got married, and she didn't make him sign no nothing. And when they divorced, I think she had to give him $1 million, but I think they still be messing around. Okay. Because they was just on vacation, but they divorced. And hey, there is a man that has come forward and says that is him. Now Puffy them probably got the man coming forward saying, no, that ain't Stevie J, that's me. Or what you calling them? Stevie J might be paying somebody to come forward and say that ain't me in the video. We won't know because unless we see it, and we probably ain't gonna see it. But hey, if I had to guess, it probably is him, because there have been rumors and stuff about him for years. Okay. So, hey, I knew sooner or later it was gonna come. I started coming out about him and the men and stuff. It already had been coming out. Child, I guess they saying we might as well. He already down. We might as well. I I was getting ready to say they kicking him while he down, but they already done kicked him and stomped him to death. They wiping their foot off on his face now. I don't wish that, but Puffy has been dirty. Puffy has been dirty. They made him the gatekeeper to simply annihilate black men. I think about that guy Shakur. I forgot they call him Shake. He was a exec, and it's some stuff happened with that, and Puffy had something to do with it. A nice looking black man, because he was supposedly when he had Kim's phone tapped, talking on the phone to Kim. Okay, so that man took himself out. They had just made him president of some of Def Jam. That's a dirty nigga. I don't care nothing about him. So I don't care about them wiping their foot off on his face, because you have to reap what you sow. That's my favorite scripture. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever man soweth, that's just what he's going to reap. He sowed these seeds, and now they're blooming. He been sowing them now. They've been taking care of him because he been the poker joker. He been poking so good, getting poked so good for 30 years. They took care of him. That's unheard of, because normally they kick him to the curb way before then. But he been doing what he do so good, being a gatekeeper with financially raping his people and all those little artists and stuff. He could have helped to create wealth. He left them broke, busted, and disgusted. He was a good gatekeeper for his masters, and now they wiping their foot off on his face and giving him that nigga call. They giving it to him, and I don't care. Okay, I don't give a damn. Now they even going at his kids. Hey, I don't wish that up on nobody kids, but that's what happens. Okay, because they say his son, I'm telling y'all what I read about this 3-4 years ago, and now whoever it is, whoever it is that's mad at him, they real mad. They real mad. Okay. But anyways, child, the saga continues, and Stevie J has been added into it, and I believe it. I believe it. Okay. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.